Hello and welcome back once again to product placement. Still wearing my Loud shirt, which means this is the second in our Easter special. As I was going to switch products to get this one out to try it, I was thinking back to the previous video, the Lemon Crisp Kit Kats, and trying to think, how does lemon relate to Easter? And even though it doesn't, what is Easter about? Well, much like Halloween, it's about candy. Mostly chocolate. We don't do the dressing up. We color eggs or whatever instead. But it's another holiday centered around candy. So it doesn't matter what the candy is, what flavor it is. Candy is Easter. So there's your tie-in for why Lemon Crisp is an Easter candy. And that's also why today's product is also an Easter candy, because I found this just down the aisle from where I found the Lemon Crisp Kit Kats. But since I had just bought those, I said, let me wait a couple days, make sure I got enough money to cover everything. Then I'll come back and buy them as long as they're still here. And so far they were, so I picked those up as well. And now I'm here doing a second Easter video. Even though, as I said, we're not even to St. Patrick's Day yet. So you got one side of the seasonal aisle at the store as all St. Patrick's Day stuff, but there's no candy there. And then this side of the aisle is all Easter stuff, which is nothing but candy. But since I don't have anything to do for St. Patrick's Day and I'm going to be out of town for most of the month, let's go ahead and do Easter stuff, right? So what is today's product? Well, as I said, I bought the Lemon Crisp Kit Kats and I was walking out and I turned and looked and I was like, oh, what's that? And at first I misread it because I thought it was something else and I was going to skip it because I'm not a fan of that flavor. But then I went back to the store a couple days later to get something else and saw it again and I looked at it. I was like, wait, is that the same one? And I reread it. I go, oh yeah, it is. I just misread it. So today's product is Reese's Peanut Butter Pie Minis. Now, I've only been able to find these in the mini. I couldn't find just like a regular, like 2-pack of Reese's cups with this flavor. Peanut butter pie, they're already peanut butter cups, so it's probably going to taste the same, maybe with a little bit of cream since it is a pie, or maybe like a little bit of a cakiness to it, but I'm not sure. Now, why did I almost skip this one? Because originally I thought that said butter pecan pie, and I'm not a big fan of pecans in general, which is why I didn't try the pecan Snickers that's out now, because I don't like pecans, or pecans, or pecans, whatever you want to call them. And I'm also not a fan of butter pecan. Like, my mom used to love butter pecan ice cream. I do not like the flavor of the butter in the butter pecan, and I don't like the pecans. So she could get that ice cream, and I would almost never touch it unless I just absolutely wanted some ice cream. Even then, it'd be like a spoonful, maybe two, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this, because I couldn't stomach the flavor. So, had this been butter pecan, I wouldn't have got it. But then I reread it and saw that it was peanut butter pie. But like I said, how is it any different than a normal Reese's? Because they're peanut butter. But enough talking. Let's rip these open if I can. There we go. We're going to get one out, and we're going to set the rest aside. As I said in my previous video, I did just get done eating dinner, so I am a little stuffed, but I get to try minis, right? So already just from opening the bag, I'm getting this heavy whiff of graham cracker, and maybe something else, but I can't quite place. But I'm definitely getting graham cracker, but it's kind of like a toasted graham cracker, like kind of a burnt pie crust almost. Maybe they just have a thin layer of graham cracker inside these in addition to the peanut butter, and that's what makes it peanut butter pie. But enough stalling, let's open this up and take a look at it. If I can get it out. There we got the little tiny one. Let's give it a smell test and see if it gives me anything other than what I'm getting out of it being just under my nose. So here we go. Now it mostly smells like Reese's cups, but like I say, I'm getting like a graham crackery kind of smell as well. So let's take the little second wrapper off, and we're just going to go straight into the taste test and see what we think. Cheers. Okay, so I don't know if you could hear the crunching as I was chewing. It definitely has a piece of graham cracker or something in it to simulate a pie crust. There is some type of a creaminess or something added to the peanut butter that does make it taste a bit more like a peanut butter pie. But I think what's killing this for me is I'm getting a smoky aftertaste. Like I said, the smell of the graham cracker almost smells like a burnt pie crust versus just a baked pie crust. And the after flavor that I'm getting is a smoky aftertaste. So I don't know if that was intentional or if it's meant to represent something else, like a slightly different variation of chocolate, because I don't know if you can see it on the label here, maybe on the overhead camera, the peanut butter pies have this layer of chocolate on the top that's more of like the candied shell like you would get on a dipped ice cream cone, and I'm thinking maybe that's what the smokiness is meant to represent, is that hardened shell kind of chocolate, maybe like more of a bittersweet versus a milk or otherwise. I'm going to get out one more here because I'm curious about something, and this one we're going to bite in half and see if it looks any different inside versus just peanut butter. So here we go. Nope, still just looks like normal peanut butter from a Reese's peanut butter cup. There is definitely a crunchy graham cracker kind of wafer in there. Now that one I don't get as much of the smoky flavor. Nope, there it is. It took a minute, but it got there. So yeah, they're adding something to it to try and make more of like a bittersweet or a dark chocolate kind of flavor versus a milk chocolate. But it gives like a really weird smoky after flavor that I don't really like. So would I ever buy these again? Probably not. I am a little disappointed that I had to get the sharing size bag, but that was the only way I could get them because they are only available in mini apparently. I would have much rather just had a regular 2-pack because then I could have had my 2, been done with it. Even in a big cup format, like they're like, oh, we're going to put a piece of graham cracker into the big cups because they fill the big cups with everything else so far. They're just like, oh, we're going to have graham crackers in a big cup. I probably would have been okay with that too, but overall that smoky after flavor is killing this for me. Would I buy them again? No. Will I finish this pack? Probably, but it's going to last me a lot longer than a normal pack of Reese's Minis would. Normally, I could probably eat this whole pack in a day and a half because I love Reese's peanut butter cups. These, I'll have maybe 1 or 2 every other week or so. Mainly if I need something sweet and I don't have anything else sweet in the house, I'll grab 1 or 2 of these, pop them in my mouth, and I'll have my sweet. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and just like wolf them down like I would normally do with a regular Reese's peanut butter cup. So that's pretty much all I got to say about this one. Again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Links are in the description. Ring the bell, make sure you get notifications every time I post new content. And until next time, cheers.